Yes, hello everyone, how are you all? So this is Kamesh Sharma, welcome to my channel. I hope you are liking the videos which I am uploading. The previous session we have discussed about the first chapter, that is consonants. Okay, in consonants we have discussed about the first 8 strokes, right? So today I am going to discuss about the next 8 strokes out of 26 strokes, that is you call as a continuance. So before I start this video, if you are really liking this video, please do encourage by just clicking on your YouTube channel that is there on the right side of it. Please like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press on bell icon to get a further notifications. So thank you so much for all your encouraging me for just watching the videos. I wish that you all learn the subject very intensely. Okay, so let me start the class for the next episode. That is for the next session. We are going to discuss today in this topic, that is consonants. The very first chapter we have consonants. So in the previous session we have learnt about the first 8 strokes. The first 8 strokes we have learned that we call as a straight strokes. In the first session we have learnt about 8 strokes are also called as straight strokes, and straight strokes are also called as a continuance. So we have discussed about it. So today let us learn about the next 8 strokes. The first 8 strokes we have done. Now let us see the next 8 strokes. So the next 8 strokes called as a continuance. Okay. So the first 8 strokes we have learned, that is nothing but explodents. So these are explodents, and today we are going to discuss about the next 8 out of 26 strokes. So the next 8 strokes are divided as from a circle. Now let us draw a circle and divide it into 2 parts. Okay, so after divided into 2 parts, now let us see how these 8 strokes are formed into. So continuants are also called as, okay, I am giving you a very short name for this. We cannot call every time continuants, right? Let us give a short name and sweet name for this. That is, you call as curved strokes. The continuants are also called as curved strokes. Now let us see how these 8 strokes, that is curved strokes, are formed within a circle. Okay, now the first stroke, if you all observe, so this is the first curved stroke, you call it as a open half semicircle. Now let me write the open half semicircle. And if you see the next stroke, can you all see the bracket over here, the side bracket? So this is called as a open bracket. Okay, and if we are writing a open bracket stroke, there should be also a closed bracket, right? So let me see the next closed bracket curve. Okay, so this is the next curve called as a closed bracket. Okay, so the next one we have, that is a closed half semicircle. So this is another stroke called as a closed half semicircle. Why am I calling it as open bracket, closed bracket, open half semicircle, closed half semicircle? Because we have to remember these strokes. So that is why I am creating a short names for this. Open half semicircle, open brackets, close brackets, and then close half semicircle. So how many strokes we have? We have 4 strokes, right? But what did I teach you in the beginning? So I taught you, that is, we have a 8 continuants, also called as a curved strokes. But you should ask me a question. Sir, you taught us only 4 strokes now, but before, in the beginning of the class, you said 8. So very simple. Each stroke, as do you all remember in the very first session we have discussed about the first 8 strokes. Each stroke divided into light, dark, light, dark. The same concept will be applied for the next stroke also. That is next 8 stroke. So each stroke will be divided into light stroke, dark stroke, light stroke, dark stroke. Now let us see. The first curve, let us write in a light and then dark. Now open bracket, light and then dark, and then close bracket, light and then dark, and then close half semicircle, light and then dark. Now you should raise a question. Okay, you are using a marker and you're just writing on a board. So how can you define between light and dark? So for that reason, in the beginning of the class itself, I told you that please use a pencil when you are using a notes. Okay, when you are writing on a notes, please use a pencil and make a difference between light, dark. Okay, so do not use a pen at all because you will get confused, right? So let us come back for this. Now let us keep a names for this. If you are not keeping a name, it is not possible for us to call open half semicircle, open bracket, close bracket. It's not possible, right? So for that reason, what I'm doing is, let us keep a names for it. Okay, like we have learned in the very first chapter, that is continuance, session 1, like PB, TD, JJ, same like that. Let us keep a names for it. Now for the first curve strokes, okay, that is light, dark. Light means we are going to call it as a F. And if I write the same stroke dark way, it is called as a V. So how we are going to practice this? So light F, dark V. Light F, dark V. Light F, dark V. So this is the way we practice after the entire session. So now let us see the next strokes. The next strokes we have, that is open bracket. So we have done with the open half semicircle. Open half semicircle. Now let us learn the open brackets. Yeah. So open bracket again divided into two. That is light and then dark. So let us keep a names, okay? So light open bracket call as a it. So the next one we call as a the. It is called as a the. Okay. So it the. Like that we need to practice the difference between light and dark. Now you should raise a question. Do we have it and the in our alphabets? That is A, B, C, D, E, F, G? No. So this is a new thing which we are learning in this subject. Okay. So what is the new thing we are learning? The new thing, that is it the stroke, the stroke. So easy to remember that open bracket means it, light one, and open bracket dark one is called as a the. So like that we have to remember open bracket light, it, open bracket dark, the. Okay, so let us move on with the next one. So after open bracket, obviously close bracket. Now let us see how to remember the close bracket. So again remember light, dark. So close bracket light, close bracket dark. Now let us keep a name. So close bracket light one, we call it as a S. We call it as a S. And dark one, we call it as a Z. The pronunciation should be very light, so it's called as a Z. So now we have a S, Z, S, Z, right? Now close bracket light one S, dark one Z. So this is how we remember. So open bracket it the, close bracket S Z. Light means S, dark means Z. Light means S, dark means Z. Now I'll tell you a small mistakes where students does every time when they write in their books. So what is it usual mistakes? What do they do? That is, when writing it the, they write like a C. Please do not do this. It's not a C, dear. Okay, it's not a C. Write like an open bracket. Open bracket means in our keyboard, on a keyboard we will be finding a open bracket, close bracket, right? So that curve we need to write over here. So please remember this point, it's very important. You're not supposed to write like a C. This is very important thing, right? Now let us move on with the last, that is close half semicircle. So close half semicircle, we have again two. That is light close half semicircle, dark close half semicircle. Okay, so Now, it is not possible for us every time calling as a light, dark, light, dark. Now, let us keep a names, okay? So, light, close, half semicircle. Light, close, half semicircle. It is called as a ish. Ish. I'll come back. I'll come back. Please wait. The next one we have, that is G. What is that? G. So, you might be you might feel very awkward. What is this doing some actions on Z? G. So listen to the sound, the pronunciation which I am doing. The first one we have is Z. Here we have a G. I'll tell you the difference between Z and G. Okay. So before telling you the difference, now you should ask me a question again. Sir, do we really have this ish and G in our alphabets? No, dear. Again, this is a new stroke. Okay, it's a new stroke where you have to keep this in your mind apart from it and D. S we have in A, B, C, D, F, G alphabets, we have S. But this Z and G and ish, all these are new. Again, you can raise a doubt. That is, in English, we have a Z, right, sir? Can we consider this Z the same thing? No. Okay. So the pronunciation both are different. I'll let you know when we are going to use the Z and the G. So before I explain, now let us see what all strokes we have learned. So today's class we have learned the 8 strokes called as continuance. We call as a continuance. You can also call it as curve strokes. It's very easy to remember, right? Because all looks like a curve. So let us see how to write these curves from the beginning. So light F, dark V, and then after open half semicircle, remember that open bracket. Light it, dark D. And then after opening a bracket, obviously you have to close. Light, that is S, dark, you call as a normal Z. And then we have open not here, we have to close. Close half semicircle, ish, and close half semicircle in a dark way. That is, we call as a G. So, how we are going to practice? F, V, it, D, S, Z, ish, G. So, this is how we are going to practice all the 8 strokes. Plus, in the beginning, we have learned the first 8. So, first 8 and the next 8, total 16 strokes we have learned out of 26 alphabets. Alphabets are nothing but strokes, okay? Do not get confused. So, we have learned total 16 strokes. So the students who have missed the first session, please go to the first session and then learn the next session, that is session 2, that is the next 8 strokes. Okay, now I'll tell you the difference between Z and G, and we'll try to end up the class by explaining this. So now we have a 2 Z's, that is pronunciation is Z, that is close bracket. And the next one, G, that is half semicircle, that is close half semicircle. So very simple. In steno, there are few words, that is zero, zebra, zeal. Okay, whereas coming to treasure, measure, pressure. Now look at these words and look at the sounds. Hear to the sounds very carefully. So Z, it's a light sound. Zero, zebra, Z. So in these words, we just hear a light sound. So in these words, we are supposed to use a close half semicircle. Am I clear to everyone? So let us see the next one. In a word called treasure, measure, and pressure, what we are doing, we are stressing on the words in the pronunciation. So what we have to do, instead of using a close bracket, we have to use the sound G. So that is the difference between the words zero, zebra, Z. Whereas coming to pronunciation whether to use our close bracket or else a half sim. Is it close bracket or half sim circle? So by this we are going to end up the class. If you are really liking it and enjoying it, please try to comment in the comment box, and we'll try to explain in detail in the next class. So thank you all, have a great day, and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much everyone.